What's up, y'all? I'm Feroz Lakhani, Enterprise Lead at TRON DAO.
I'm Stephen Bischoff. I'm one of the community managers here at TRON DAO.
And my name is Hunter, the Senior Community Manager of TRON DAO.
Hey, I'm Jason Dukes, Content Lead with TRON DAO. We're here in New York City.
And we are here for NFT NYC 2023.
Well, today's day one. TRON, we are one of the platinum sponsors. We have a couple speakers here today. We're looking here to kind of explain what we're doing, explain what TRON's up to, and kind of connect with people on a ground level and show them what we're building on our blockchain.
So Stephen, what would you say is the importance of showing up to these in-person events?
So these events are really important because in Web3, we're disconnected. We're a little desensitized. We don't get that human element anymore. So these events give us a chance to get out, be on the ground floor, and meet the people that we talk to on a daily basis, but we never really get to see or interact with on this level.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In real life. So we love these events. We love meeting the people who support our blockchain, and really we can make an impact while we're here together. NFT NYC. We're heading over to the main stage. We're gonna see our friend Dave speaking. He's one of our ecosystem leads. Why, we got a speaker, but you can definitely see some of the benefits of being here. This is some of the cutting edge conferences going on right now, so.
What's up, TRON DAO community? We just arrived at the Artist Village here at NFT NYC, and it looks pretty cool in here, but Stephen, what have you been enjoying so far about NFT NYC? Anything stand out?
That's an easy one, the people. The people are an easy one. We've met a lot of interesting folk. You're going to see some of those interviews, but everyone's been extremely passionate about what I love as well, and that's blockchain and Web3. So getting to hear everyone's different interactions, where they're coming from, what they're building, that has been my favorite part of NFT NYC.
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
So I'm Steve, I'm one of the lead community managers here at TRON DAO, and I'm with William Intricate, one of the lead authors for the ERC 721 token. I just had a couple quick questions for you. So if you were to explain NFTs to maybe a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old, somebody who's got a little bit of money, someone who's trying to get in some collectibles, how would you explain it?
These are just things you can collect. So I use the NFT word very liberally, so I use it very expensively. It's basically anything that is...
Expensively?
Well, expensively, so it's not just on blockchain. So it's anything that has a serial number is basically an NFT.
Like that.
I guess 12-year-olds are smart, so you could say non-fungible, really the word just means a number, and token just means worthless. Okay. So if they were interested in technology at 12, which I was for sure, these are just worthless numbers. That's what they are.
Worthless numbers, but we can record them and keep track of them on the blockchain,
which
even
is
though...
really exciting.
Yeah.
Now, the numbers mean things, so they refer to other stuff, right? So if you're a 12-year-old and you're collecting Magic cards like I was, maybe?
Magic the Gathering, absolutely. I think we all have some Magic the Gathering fans out here.
Limited edition, not serial numbered. So that's the difference. Now we got shoes. Shoes are starting to have serial numbers on them.
Right.
Right.
We got a couple NFT Nike shirts downstairs where they were doing the partnerships with the Coke Labs there, so.
That makes a lot of sense, right? So just putting a serial number on that makes it a lot more exciting.
Hi Tronics, it's Dave. I'm here at NFT NYC getting ready to speak on a panel talking about the role of NFTs in decentralization. Also, I'm going to touch a little bit on what decentralization means to Tron, and especially what it means to our community of Tronics. See you soon. TRON DAO, when we think of decentralization, really for quite a few years now, our mission has been to decentralize the web, right? So we have over 140 million accounts around the world, and our mission continues to be to decentralize the web. So what does that mean for us? We want to provide access to Web3 to people across the world. Another driver of really Web3 adoption that will be in part driven by NFTs is adoption by Web2 in the commercial sector. I think that's really going to be significant. And that adoption, I think, is going to be driven by a combination of consumer preferences as they reach out to these companies and want more of Web3 capabilities, including NFTs, and then also by just traditional business needs, right? When companies start to look at Web3 through the lens of ROI and traditional financial metrics, there's a lot of, they make sense, right? All these capabilities in Web3, including NFTs, really create, in many cases, positive financial metrics that traditional businesses will really look at and use to make decisions on whether or not they want to pursue. And that's really, I think, going to be another significant driver. You know, one thing, I think you're right, we are heading into a significant recession, at least in the US, and I think these turbulent financial times often lead to alternative systems. But what we're seeing right now is that many governments around the world really don't want to have competition for their currency, right? And that's you know, a big hurdle that crypto needs to cross. But I think it can be done.
Yeah, it was an exciting panel. I thought it was really interesting. A lot of diverse views from the panelists, but I enjoyed it.
Talking about how NFTs,
I was talking about how
NFTs are going to be used to
change the world, and I really believe that they will, and I thought it was
really exciting.
so I hope you got to see it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Tronics.
Good morning, TRON DAO community. Today is day 2 of NFT NYC 2023. Yesterday was a fantastic day. We had Dave, our leader of ecosystem development, do a really good panel. Tomorrow, we're going to have Feroz, our enterprise lead, as well as Jason, our content lead, doing a speech as well. It has been a pretty good event so far. We're very excited for day 2, and of course, we cannot wait for day 3. A lot of stuff has been going on. We spoke with a lot of different people at all these different booths here. We have some potential really good partnerships coming up. Some people that want to integrate with our blockchain. I would like to say that the Tron team is having a really good time. We have a lot of us going around just connecting with people. I cannot wait for tomorrow's presentations by Feroz and Jason. Dave's speech was yesterday, which was great. He got a little standing ovation for that. I think we have a recording to show off to everybody. But yeah, it's been definitely a good time so far. I cannot wait for day 3, and we're just going to keep it up. We got the energy high. We got a whole bunch of really cool people to talk to, and it's just been a great event. I love New York. I love NFT NYC. Let's keep it up.
If you were to describe NFTs in one word, what would it be and why?
JPEGs.
JPEGs. You heard it here first, folks.
Actually, let me change that. PNGs.
PNGs.
All right, NFT NYC 2023. First of all, you look amazing.
Thank you. My son dresses me. I'm Crypto Novo. I want to welcome all my aliens, apes, and zombies.
Nice. So tell us, what are you expecting to get the most out of NFT NYC?
You know, the reason we come to these types of events is to network. It's almost like a hyper style of almost speed dating, where you get to meet so many people so fast.
Yeah.
Within that, you get to meet friends that maybe you've only talked to on Discord, Twitter DMs, but you're actually here to handshake, hugs, all those good things.
Give me a hug real quick.
You got it, my friend. There we go. There we go.
Yes. Now I want to ask you. So, how would you explain NFTs to a 5-year-old?
To a 5-year-old, think about if you can own the poop emoji. You'd probably be pretty rich, right?
That's true.
Well, why don't you just own your own, whatever, Fortnite skin, or your own Roadblock skin, or whatever else is out there, because NFTs, you can have ownership. So I'm trying to take ownership of my CryptoPunk for, individual purposes, so we can just have fun. Yeah. Whoa.
Nice. Looking good. I love it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Yes, enjoy NFT NYC.
Tron, take it easy.
What's up, Tronics? It's day 3 here at NFT NYC. My name is Feroz Lakhani, and
I'm Jason Dukes.
so we're here talking to a bunch of people out here. It's been a great event so far. Talked to a bunch of cool people today. Finally, Jason and I will be speaking on stage later on today about shifting your career into Web3. Jason, what are some of the good conversations that you've had around the space so far?
Oh man, it's been really amazing. I think a lot of my yesterday was spent in the music NFT world, just talking to a lot of the artists here and a lot of the companies that are doing things to help artists and creators and brands engage and create maybe a higher level of community. And I think that's the beauty of NFT technology, what it allows everyone to do, whether you're just a creator artist or you're an actual company, that to really create a greater level of engagement for the people that follow you, that are your fans, that are your loyal customers. And I think we have yet to see really what all that, the capability could be.
Yeah, absolutely. I've actually seen a few different projects here that are helping communities, helping artists, helping people create their own NFT collections and manage their communities with dynamic NFTs, a bunch of really cool, innovative stuff. And it's really nice to see that kind of support for ground level creators, for entrepreneurs, people that really want to get into the industry and want to use this amazing technology, but don't necessarily have the technological background to do it. So to see this open to everybody is really, really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think every major revolution has started with story and art. And I think where NFT NYC has been is very much about the art. This year it's been interesting to watch the slight pivot, because the art and the story has now led to this revolution where people realize the decentralized finance revolution, the opportunity to do really unique things with blockchain tech. I mean, the decentralized future is there, and that's part of what we'll talk about today is what does it mean to even have a career in that decentralized future?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the cool things that I've noticed a lot, and of course, AI is really, really big right now. It's big for TRON DAO. It's one of our major focuses. And I've seen a lot of different conversations around AI. We were talking earlier about how AI is influencing art, and in turn, how it's influencing NFTs. Some people don't consider AI created art the same as human created art, somebody that like pen on paper or even a stylus on a tablet. Personally, I think new mediums, new tools are a benefit. They're only going to help evolve this entire industry. They're going to help evolve the art and the stories that we put out there. But I wanted to get your feedback on it. I know you work with a lot of artists, so how do you feel about the AI revolution and how it's influencing NFTs in this industry?
Well, the one thing I really love about it is that it helps everyone express creativity in a way that they've never been able to before. And I think that's really powerful. I think to be able to give a prompt and then it produce something that you probably couldn't have created yourself is really cool. Obviously, if you're a gifted artist, especially a visual or graphic designer, that type of thing, I mean, it's tough, right? Because you think this is gonna do away with what I've done, or maybe maybe they even, because there is a criticism where because the AI draws from what exists, it's almost like it's thieving the art, right? And in some ways there's some validity to that, but I think there are positive ways to look at it, and there are ways to use it and leverage it. And I think the artists that are against it, I think eventually will figure out better ways to integrate it. My favorite are the guys who are super gifted artists, visually, to create visual graphics, they're leveraging it to create even greater graphics. And I love how they then take what AI makes and then makes it better. And I think that's how we're able to let the human experience continue to exist there.
Absolutely. I feel like we're slowly, becoming more robots every single day, right? Like we started with the cell phones in our pockets for like an extension of us. Now we have literal AI that's helping us use the knowledge that we've gained over our years of experience. Even if we're, artists and you create images, you can upload those and make variations of those. Yeah. It's a great way to expand your creative mind and to be able to create new things that you may not have been able to do without this type of help. And I think it's really a true revolution in technology, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. Again, Day 3, NFT NYC, excited to speak on stage. Jason, I'm looking forward to talking with you, buddy.
Me too.
Yeah, all right, thanks guys.
Well, we used to not have a, is it okay to say used to not? Yeah. We used to not have a Web3 job full-time, but now do, and work with TronDAO.org. So introductions, Feroz, tell the crew a little bit about you.
So my name is Feroz Lakhani. I traditionally come from a marketing and retail background, and I got into Web3 probably around 2019, 2020 in like the trading aspect. And very quickly just got enamored with the technology behind it and started going down the rabbit hole of how blockchain actually works and what value it can bring to retail and marketing, to the stuff that I had previous experience in. And I never looked back.
I love it. I'm Jason Dukes. I'm content lead with Tron DAO. And so both of us were in different careers previously. Real quickly, talk about what you did prior to diving into the Web3 world.
So I traditionally, like I said, I was in marketing. I worked for Samsung for a while. I started in retail with cell phones. Didn't have like a degree in marketing or anything. I was just really passionate about what I did and about, the technology behind the mobile devices that I was working with. Got recruited into their marketing team and ended up helping launch their retail project in 2019 in California as well. And the evolution for me was more of, I learned marketing while working in marketing, and then I got into the hardware side. And very quickly, 5G phones and folding phones started coming out, and I learned how to calibrate 5G antennas and fix folding screens very quickly. And it just hit me. I was like, if something this complicated can be learned this quickly, then something as complicated as building in blockchain should also be fairly simple once you start learning it. If you're passionate about it, if it's something that you really want to do, you should be able to learn it. And so that kind of led me into just learning more about blockchain, learning more about the technology. I had no traditional development or programming experience, and I noticed, in traditional programming languages and careers, people have gone to college, they've worked for 5 to 10 years to gain the experience. This industry is so young. Nobody has a college degree on how to build, adapt, how to build things on blockchains. Those things are just now getting started. Everything that you need to learn is online, and so that kind of led me down the rabbit hole of like working during the day in marketing and retail, and at night just learning about how I can build something for myself in this new space. And then after about a year and a half of that, I didn't want to work in anything outside of blockchain. I was like, I want to get paid to do this during the day, and I want to do it at night for myself. I don't want to do anything else, and it's just been an awesome journey since. I wanted to actually hear a little bit more about you, because I know you have a completely different background than I do, and you also got really enamored with the actual potential of blockchain, and you've used it probably a lot longer than I have. So why don't you tell a little bit about how you got into this industry?
Yeah, so I was for nearly 28 years in nonprofit work, and part of that, for 10 years of that, I also did for-profit entrepreneurialism and was part of boards that worked with different startups and things like that. And so that was kind of my world, and I always had done futuristic things and kind of leveraged what that looked like, especially in helping nonprofits be a lot more effective and efficient at what they were doing. Always did content development, have been published and things like that, and did a lot of consulting in that realm. And so, you know, I decided at the most opportune time, like it was just a safe and a secure moment. It was right in the middle of COVID, right? Where I decided I would pivot from what I was doing. I still had a job, but just was so taken by what the technology, not just the art or the stories or all the things that we were doing with that technology, but just the technology itself and how disruptive it could be. And so I just dove in. I mean, it was October of 2020, and I just pivoted, dove in full time, started my own thing, as well as just got contracted to do other things. Ended up working in NFT projects, and ended up working, consulting with several local businesses where I was in the Nashville area, and talking to them about what Web3 even was. I was an educator in my background as well, and so ended up getting asked to do that, like getting to go talk to, even though it was always funny to me because I had not been in it very long at all, and at that point, even in 2020, which I know that wasn't OG status, but even in 2020, right, if you just were in it a month, it felt like you were in it a long time, right? And so all that to say, just started doing the education piece, and then ended up through volunteerism as well as some contracts. We did a lot of writing in it, and ended up then getting hired with TRON DAO. So you jumped in, obviously, as working in the focus of partnerships, enterprise, things like that. Like talk about though. I mean, it had to be daunting, right? Like this was this new technology. It was, but talk about just how you did go down that rabbit hole. Like, what were the steps that you took to really get yourself ready to make that pivot?
So I think it was kind of a slow burn. The one thing I would say is follow any and all rabbit holes that you find. Like, there's a limit of how deep you go and how much time you spend, of course. Like, everything is good in moderation, right? But I would say follow the rabbit holes. If you're interested in something, if you're passionate about something, this industry is so big. And like, you've heard everything from GameFi to music NFTs to bring, you know, traditional stocks and Forex into blockchain. There's so many different industries that are now getting into what the blockchain infrastructure can provide and how it can help them innovate their industries, that it's not going to slow down anytime soon. So whatever focus that you've had traditionally, whatever your passion is traditionally, I would say try to find where that intersects with blockchain and just learn as much as you possibly can. Scratch that itch, you know, go down that rabbit hole. You have to be very proactive about it. If it's something that you want to do, you have to position yourself to be one of the best in the industry, whether it's just because of the amount of knowledge you have, because of how much you've invested, your time, your energy, your resources. You want to make sure that you're putting in the work, because that's what's going to show the results.
I love that, and I think what I would add to that is from my perspective, not being someone that really never had coded or had ever been in a part of anything like that, you may feel the same way. You may say, you know, I'm not a tech person. I'm not in that realm. And I would just say, what are you passionate about? Like, take inventory of the assets that you have. What have people said, this is what I'm strong in? What have people affirmed you in? And then ask yourself, who can I network with? Who seems to be doing substantive work? And then as you engage with those that you're networking with that are doing substantive work, volunteer to offer value to what they're doing, right? So take that inventory, see what have you been affirmed in, network, find substantive work, and then volunteer to offer value to what they're doing. And I think you'll find that your network, your relationships are growing, but it's also giving you a chance to build your resume to say, I worked on this, I did this, I helped with this. And that allows you to then kind of take those first steps to get in. And so speaking of first steps, like it's a super competitive market right now. You know, during the bull run, it seems like they were hiring for anything, right? But we're in a different moment right now, and so there's been ups and downs and ebb and flow. Like, talk about that as we wrap up here. Talk about what that was like to navigate even some of maybe the discouragement of trying to pivot into this.
Yeah, I mean, it's cyclical, right? Like, it goes up and down. You'll see bull runs, you'll see bear markets, and again, I'm not OG in crypto. Like I got in maybe 2019, beginning of 2020, close to the pandemic, like what you mentioned. And so for me, I got in when it was a Super Bowl market. Like everybody was having an amazing time, everybody was making a lot of money, and like you said, everybody was getting hired for everything. Things change very quickly, and this is a very, very innovative technology. Like this, it moves so fast. What I was seeing when I first got into the industry is it's like a night and day to what I see now. And I can only imagine, like that's what I've seen in the past 3 years. What's going to happen over the next 5 or the next 10 years, right? So there are always going to be cycles. I think it's about patience, and anybody that's been successful in anything will, I think, tell you the same thing. It's about patience. If you're persistent about what you're doing, you truly believe in what you're doing, then you just have to be patient. Good things take time. This industry is an amazing thing. It's one of the most innovative things. Like I don't remember the last time in history that there was a new way to create currency, like to actually have, like to bypass every border that we've created as humans and be able to transact with people all across the world instantly, easily. It seemed impossible until it happened. And it's still very, very early in that cycle. So I think just, overall that we've talked about, I would say, I want to talk about the 3 things that I normally focus on, right? Being proactive, learning as much as you can, being persistent, not giving up, pushing forward always, even when there is discouragement. I actually got into this industry officially. I saw my marketing background. I saw Tron was, if not the biggest, one of the biggest blockchains in the world. And I was like, there's an opportunity to help them with marketing and change, how we're represented in the United States and really grow the user base that we have, the developer base that we have. And like, I'm just now learning how to build on blockchain, but I know how to market and I know how to position things to where we can show the unique value that they bring. And I saw a very good opportunity in Tron. I'm thankful the fact that I was hired at the perfect time when I was going down this rabbit hole. But I was patient. I started learning Solidity. I started building my side projects for well over a year and a half. They didn't go anywhere because I was so focused on trying to make the perfect thing. And I got caught up in the cycle of learning and like, how do I build this? I need to learn this first. So if you're patient, if you're proactive, and you're persistent, like those 3 things will get you to success. No matter what your goal is in life, if it's pivoting to a career in Web3, of course, that's what we're here to talk about. But in general, I think those 3 things are key to being successful in anything you want to do. So I think patience is going to be the final and most important one.
I love that. Yeah, a buddy of mine used to be worked with a lot of athletic teams, and he used to use the word preppertunity. And the idea of preppertunity, right? Like this is a moment. We're in this beginning of the second renaissance. We're in this moment of the decentralized industrial revolution happening, and there's no better time to prepare for the opportunity. So I just would challenge you, like look to network, figure out how you bring value, be patient, persistent, proactive, go for it, and we appreciate the time.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, guys, we're wrapping up the 3rd and final day of NFT NYC. We have Jason and Feroz, who both just spoke on the main stage. Tell me, guys, how do you feel after that?
Man, it was a lot of fun. I love doing it with Feroz, and it was fun because we even though we're near the end of the conference, we still had an engaged group there, and so I think it was cool. I think it was cool to just share about helping people understand what it would mean to pivot into a Web3 career, and we did the best we could, I think, just to share from our own story and our own experiences.
Perfect. Feroz, how about you? How'd you feel after that?
Dude, same thing. I got to give a shout out to Jason. It was an awesome conversation, flowed very well. We were talking about something that we truly believe in and how we got into this industry and why we're so passionate about it. So it went great. I had a blast. I want to actually give a shout out to the NFT NYC team. Hey. Being on the last day, this late in the day, I did not expect a big crowd, but we had a pretty decent sized crowd and everybody was very engaged. I'm really excited to get to talk to more of the people on our way out today, but it's been a great time so far.
Love it. So with that, guys, looks like we're going to be wrapping up, but we can't wait to do more, and goodbye from the Tron team.